Saudi Arabia is determined to secure a military deal that requires United States defend the kingdom in exchange for opening relations with Israel. And it will not be able to pursue a deal even if Israel does not make major concessions Palestinians towards statehood. 3 regional sources familiar with the talks said a deal may not meet Tehran. NATO-style defense guarantees kingdom initially sought when issue was first discussed between Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and Joe Biden during U.S. President's July 2022 visit to Saudi Arabia. Instead, a source said it could be similar to agreements Washington has made with Asian states or, if it fails to get approval from Congress, the agreement with Bahrain, where Navy's Fifth Fleet is based. Such a deal would not need congressional support. A U.S. source said Washington could further sweeten any deal by granting Saudi Arabia the non-NATO major ally status already granted to Israel. But all sources said Saudi Arabia would not settle for anything less than binding assurances of U.S. protection if it faced an attack like the missile attacks on oil fields on September 14, 2019. Which shook world markets. Riyadh and Washington blamed Iran, the kingdom's regional rival. But Tehran has denied any role. The deals, which offer protection to world's largest oil exporter, United States, exchange for normalization with Israel, will reshape Middle East by bringing together 2 longtime foes and tying Riyadh to Washington in wake of China's advances region. It would be a diplomatic victory for Biden to boast ahead of the 2024 U.S. elections. Palestinians may ease some of Israel's restrictions, but such moves will not meet their dreams of establishing a state. As with other Arab-Israeli agreements over decades, Palestine's core demand for statehood will remain in the background. 3 regional sources familiar with talks said, if the Palestinians oppose it, the kingdom will continue on its way. One regional source said, Saudi Arabia supports a peace plan the Palestinians. But this time it wanted something not just for the Palestinians, but also Saudi Arabia. Less than a complete agreement. A U.S. official, who like others declined to be named due to sensitivity of issue, said parameters of defense pact were still being worked out, adding that what was being discussed won't be a treaty alliance or anything like that. This would be an understanding of mutual defense rather than a full agreement. The official said, it would be more like the United States' relationship with Israel, which receives the most advanced U.S. weapons and holds joint air force and missile defense exercises. A source familiar with discussions in Washington said MBS wanted a NATO-style deal, but Washington was reluctant to go as far as NATO's Article 5 commitment, which stipulates that an attack on one ally is an attack on all allies. But some U.S. lawmakers may resist such a deal. The source said, another template that does not need congressional